I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hello. Good afternoon, everybody. We are back for AfterBuzz's panel for Dragnificent. I am your host, Cody Epperson, and I am not alone. I am here with three equally fabulous queens today. We have Brian Santos.
Hello, so excited to be here for this a little bit like abrasive season finale. Like it just came out of nowhere. I didn't know it was season finales, but I'm so sad it is. So can't wait to talk about it.
We have Jocelyn Jovan.
Hi guys, I'm so excited to be here, but so happy, so sad that it's actually the last episode.
Yeah, me too. And then we have a Diamond Baker.
Hello, everyone. Good to see everyone. Also very sad that it's the season finale and very shocked that it is the season finale.
Yeah, it seems to be the consensus that none of us knew it was the season finale. I thought there were going to be at least 2 more episodes, but sadly there are not. But this they left us with a good bang of an ending with another wedding. What is it called? Mermaid Fantasy.
Yeah, it's a cute
theme. In Pauling, New York, with the sweet Sarah and her sweet husband Nelson. I adored them.
Me too.
You guys, what were your overall thoughts for this one? Diamond.
First of all, I love mermaids, and I always have before they became popular many years ago. So I obviously loved it so much. And I really loved that they took their wedding vows to an actual wedding, and also that it was so fantiful. Like I loved that. And, it wasn't a typical all white wedding. Like it was just so cool, and it was totally their vibe. And I really respected that.
Yeah. How about you, Brian?
I liked it, but I don't know. I feel bad to say this, but I wish this wasn't the season finale because for me personally, maybe because I resonated last week so much with the Pink Shoes episode and so many other episodes, I feel like this really wasn't a season finale, if I'm going to say that about the show, because there's been so many amazing moments across the last 5 episodes that we've seen. And I feel like this one was great in its own right. But I don't know, it just didn't hit me the way the other ones did, if that makes sense. So I wish this was dropped in the middle of the other 5 episodes as kind of a way to bring us back. Because I feel like this one was a little bit more on the happy side, a little bit more on the inspiring side. And then we had the other episodes that were kind of really in our feels. So while I enjoyed it so much, I thought it was such a beautiful sentiment. I loved Sarah and Nelson. They're the sweetest thing on earth. I just wish this wasn't the season finale.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear that. How about you, I called you Jovan. Jocelyn.
Oh, that's fine. That's my middle name.
Jovan, go for it.
Yes. I actually, it's funny because I get what you're saying, Brian, because when the episode first started and they're kind of giving you a rundown of what the episode's going to be, I'm like, oh God, I'm going to cry. I know it. I'm going to cry. But just, I don't know, maybe with just the editing or maybe just because they were really, I don't know, a happy and down with it couple. There was really no resistance or challenge with her.
Sure.
So the episode was just a lot more positive and upbeat. But I do like that that's how they ended the season versus imagine if they would have put the first wedding as the last wedding. That one would have kind of left you with a little maybe a negative feeling just because remember they couldn't go to drag to the wedding. But this one, Thorgy was actually the officiant of their wedding and the queens were fully involved. I really liked how they designed it with the mermaid theme that she selected. But I think overall this was a good way. It's just that we love the show and we're just sad to see it go. But I thought it was a really good way to end the season. And I really loved them as a couple. It was just heartwarming to see that Nelson is in love with her beautiful self. And I want more people to see that.
Yeah, I agree. It didn't really hit us in the feels as much as other ones. And I think maybe we're all a little bitter that it was the final episode and we're just taking out on their story.
Pretty much.
But it was really cute and it was so nice, especially with Sarah's whole thing. Obviously she has this birthmark that covers a large chunk of her skin. And it was just so heart-wrenching to hear her story of how, I mean, I can't imagine having a birthmark that large and that intrusive, I guess. And then to grow up like that, because they showed us pictures of her as a kid. She was a cute little kid.
Yeah.
It's just but then she goes on to say that she was bullied because of it, and it was just very hard. And it was it was just really, like I said, it was heart-wrenching. But it was so lovely that she, even in spite of that challenge in her life, she still has a husband. She has two really sweet, wonderful children.
Yeah.
Who, which is what I wanted to talk about first, was I thought it was so funny that the queens show up and surprise her at the grocery store and like, all right, you guys go on a date. We're going to babysit.
Right.
So they just leave their kids with 4 crazy drag queens for
Strangers.
hours.
Strangers,
Yeah, right?
literally.
One thing but that I loved when, like, right when Sarah started talking, I could instantly tell that she wasn't shy and she wasn't meek. She was actually fairly confident, and she had and strong. And I think that happens because of her perception of how she decided to deal with life. You could tell she, instead of being like scared or like hidden or whatever, she decided to take it as it is and just be in her life. And you can tell in her personality and the confidence that she actually did have. So I really respected that a lot in her. And I thought that was fucking awesome. So
yeah. And to just kind of piggyback off of what A Diamond is saying, to think of back on the previous episodes where you saw women that didn't have a birthmark on 50% of their body, who were literally walking out of the bridal shower, of the bridal dress place. And here's this woman tackling it head on. The first dress, she just didn't like the fit, but she never seemed uncomfortable with herself in the dress. And I think that should be a testament to anybody else battling any of their own insecurities, because it could be worse. There's people out here dealing with worse, but maybe they just having a better attitude about it. That's really what it comes down to. It's about your perspective and how you choose to handle any challenge that you come to in your life. So
definitely.
shout out to her.
Yeah, it's really interesting you bring that up, Diamond, because I was trying to figure out what it was, and that's definitely it. As opposed to the other episodes, like you said, Rosalind, all the other women were really, really like struggling with, with image, with their own perception of themselves, with beauty, defining themselves as beautiful inside and out, So I think that's what was different with her. It was such a positive thing to see that she was still struggling with something, and she just needed that last little spark. But aside from that, she was still confident, and she knew who she was, and she owned her birthmark, regardless of what people have done to her or said to her. So I think that was what was different about the episode. And I think it's, that now that you mention it, I kind of see it as a positive that ending everything on a good note, that someone who was already like confident and already like so present, but the queens were just there as a reminder of who she already was.
Absolutely. And I'm glad you guys brought that up, because that was a really interesting scene when like they're like, all right, come out, we want to see the dress, and she just didn't come out of the fitting room for a minute. And I was expecting to rip open that curtain and run out of the dress store, like not all, but like we've seen before. And she didn't. She sucked it up, and she was like, all right, this is it. This is why I don't like it. And it seems like Sarah has a really good support system in her life. And I think that's a huge testament to why she has this confidence. And one, her husband is super loving and supportive. I actually thought that there was something with, maybe I missed it, but we didn't really see her parents until like the very end. And so I thought they were absent or something had happened.
Well, she was with their mom in the grocery store.
At the grocery store, I believe.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
But it was a small piece. It was a very small piece. I think.
Yeah, she just left with the kids. Yeah.
And she didn't really talk about it. Like in the 2 episodes ago, the woman who was about to get married, she, it was a big story around her mother because her mother had passed away, and like, like I think we're so used to like a little bit more with that. But I know what you're saying. Yeah.
A little more tugging at the heartstrings with family matters.
Connections. Yeah.
But so yeah, like I said, it seems like she has a really great support system. And I wanted to talk about her husband, Nelson, who normally the queens are like, will you do drag? And they like make it this fun little thing, and they try to get him dressed up. And we didn't necessarily, that's another thing we didn't really get this episode, was seeing the husband. He did dress up, which was really cool. He looked good as that merman.
So we didn't see him in full-on drag, but he was totally supportive in getting dressed up with her. And when they were taking their photos, like from the surprise photo shoot, he was like, this is the happiest I've ever seen her. Like, she's totally in her element right now. And that like really, it didn't make me cry, but it really just showed you just the level of like happiness that she experiences in her own life. And so I thought that was really cool that the queens were able to give that to her, and that she was, again, confident in living out that dream or that fantasy, and like wanted that mermaid and wanted her hair color all different crazy colors and sequins, and like, and she was living it up, you know. She didn't have any shame in loving mermaids to this extent, or loving that underwater world fantasy to this extent. I thought that was great. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he said something along the lines of like, I'll do anything to like make her happy or like support her. And that's why he went ahead with the photo shoot. But it was like adorable, literally seeing them like with their like, just to have that backdrop and like, you know, the cute, crazy costumes of like a full on like mermaid and merman was adorable. And it really, like, again, going back to the whole thing of like bringing out the confidence that she already had, because like she walked in there like super, super happy and super excited. But then like when she was able to just like, you know, pose and, you know, give face and look good, like she was just like radiating. So I love that so much.
Me too. I really did like seeing him at least dress up as the merman, and that speaks volumes to me, just because to me it's still a form of drag because it's still artsy.
Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. And you know, it's like you're just kind of getting out of your comfort zone, and I like seeing that implemented in, you know, much of the drag shows that are out now, because when you're introducing it to, you know, a heterosexual man, I think there's other ways that they can incorporate it into their own style without going full on, whether they're comfortable with it or not. So it was just nice seeing a different version of dressing up and getting artsy and creative. And I really, like I said earlier, I really, really like the theme of their wedding, just because, again, she likes mermaids. And was that Bibi Zahara Benet who put that together? That really nice under the sea theme. It was just so gorgeous, and you know, it touches me because it's like I start thinking of wedding planning. So I like it.
I was definitely blown away too when they cut to the room and the underwater, the lighting and I mean, I was like, oh my God, that looks like freaking awesome. You know, like at the one with the mother who actually passed away, and they like did her wedding in the church, and it was cute, but because it was such a large space, and you know, it was in the day, you can't really mess with lighting and do all these cool things, you know, so it was just like a pink rug and then the pink like and green trees along the way. But this was just great because it was underwater themed. You could do all this cool stuff with lighting. You could just she really like went with everything. It was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was absolutely beautiful. And even BB, I'm on that thing with the Juju and the BB.
I know.
Was saying, it was like, oh, we don't have a big old budget. It needed all this, that, and this. Like the bubbles were like Christmas ornaments, and like it looked really good to take like that conference room, rec room, like style thing in a hotel and make it look like that. They really nailed it with that whole thing. And to go back, I just wrote like Nelson was adorable. Like just from the beginning, he was such a sweet man, and he looked real cute as a little merman. And their photos, actually, at first I was like, oh, they're kind of dorky, like this is silly. But then like their photos came out really good.
They came out really good. Yeah.
And then they totally got so into it. They were having a lot of fun. And then like the queens got in there with them and took some photos. It was all like good feels. Yeah, there we go. It wasn't like so emotional, this one. It was more like good feels. We want to give these people something they deserve. They deserve it because they're wonderful. They're nice. It was just absolute joy. I'm trying to see.
Yeah.
Please go.
Oh no, I was just gonna say the whole babysitting idea. They were like, we're just going to babysit your kids. And they're like, okay, here you go. Take them. Like,
I hope you can deal with them.
She was like, she was like, I wish they would take them for the whole day so I could take a nap.
Yeah.
But it was also good when they pointed out, like when they were playing with the kids and you could see like the good morals and values that their parents have instilled within them. And that's always what every parent wants, right? Like you want to make sure that your kids are representing you well when someone else is with them. And it was really nice to see, like, you know, her son was like his superpower is being friends with everyone. Like, so
I got misty on that one.
Yeah, they're just instilling love in their kids, and you know, I could imagine that they're probably great friends to their friends at school. So you need more kids like that. Raise your kids right, people.
Yes.
I absolutely, that's why I brought up the kids, because it's just like, we really see that, my words are not with me today, that Sarah and Nelson were, they really are just good people. They're good parents. They have it together, and the queens gave them something that they really deserved. Because I don't remember the whole story. Oh, never mind. I do remember the whole story with their original wedding. She was pregnant. It was like, none of their friends were there, and then he got into a car accident, and that's what really motivated her. Oh, and I'm glad you brought that up, because it's like, you know, I know people who, you know, were planning a wedding, then they just opted not to get married, or people who moved really fast, so they just went to the courthouse, and that's all fine. But I really like what we got to see this couple do, where in their own time, in their own way, 8 years later, they decide to just have a wedding, because, you know, I do think it is it's important that you're getting married. And however you choose to celebrate it, however you choose to have your wedding, it's up to you. But I do think that you should have some form of celebration for your love, for the person that you're going to spend the rest of your life with, and take your time with it. You know, me and my boyfriend I'm still calling him my boyfriend because he took so long to propose. So we got a lot of criticism, you know, when people were asking, why is it taking us so long to get engaged? But just to even see where we are as a couple, and even now that we're engaged, it's like, I'm not trying to rush a wedding. We're a testament to take your time and do what works for you. But you do something because it's special, and your family and friends, and they want to hold those memories with you. So I'm happy that they were able to do that. And I hope it inspires other couples in a similar situation who opted not to have a wedding to at least have some kind of celebration, something.
Yeah, it was hilarious when Dorji was like, yeah, you know, I know you guys weren't get a chance to be here last time. I know you two, you weren't even born yet. I was like, girl, like, she's so funny. Like, it's hilarious.
I know. I love it. I love Dorji. She's so funny.
This is the second time she officiated too.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes. That's so funny. Honestly, it seems like it's a good thing to have.
Right. I know. I'm go on Google right now and just be like, how to become an officiant. Like,
right. Because it's like, clearly you never know when you're going to need one. And it's so crazy how that happened, because it didn't even seem like it was planned for the show. You know, you could tell he was frustrated.
Yeah.
Like, yo, the person backed out on us last minute. I'm upset. I want to make sure my wife has the wedding she deserves. And it's like, Dorji saves the day. Like, well, I'm an officiant, you know? Mm-hmm. So I think it's good to know an officiant. Everybody needs an officiant in the crew.
Good little skill, good little certification to throw on a resume. Yes. And then look how it like pops up like out of the blue, like, oh, you know, I can do it if you need someone.
Yes, exactly.
And then one other thing I wanted to talk about, which I don't know, let's talk about it, is that for the photo shoot, she was full makeup, which looked great, the glitter. I loved it. She covered up her scar, and then they made it a whole thing, like at her wedding, it was the big reveal. Oh, thank you, birthmark, not a scar. And then at the wedding, we don't even know what she decides until right as she steps out to go down the aisle.
And I'm glad she chose it.
Yeah.
I'm glad she chose not to hide it. But I love that she had an option she has photos where it is covered, and you can see like the makeup and all the beauty and the magicalness of the photo shoot. But I loved that we were able to see her birthmark on her wedding vows day. That was really cool, and it looked beautiful. And they like shimmered it up and like like, beautiful purple. Like, I mean, it was really, really cool.
Because I think what it was, I think the reason she did the photo shoot with it covered is, remember, she said, I just want to see what it looks like. I've never seen, you know, and then she went straight into the photo shoot. But I think, you know, she got some time to think about it and decided, like, I want to be in my truest, purest form. And, you know, her husband, that's who he wants to marry. But it was also nice to see, like a Diamond said, that they put makeup on. And for her. And remember, we talked about this in previous episodes. Sometimes ladies just, it really will brighten up your day, especially during a time like now where we're in the pandemic. Like, I love getting ready for my AfterBuzz panels because I'm like, oh, let me put on some makeup, because it really just kind of just makes you feel better, because all makeup does is only accentuate who you naturally are. And we got to see that with all the different ladies this season. And sometimes, you know, once the queens are gone, you don't need to fall into a slump of feeling insecure or doubtful. Girl, slap on some rouge, put a little lash, put an eyebrow, put on some little color on your lip, and make a TikTok.
And shimmer that birthmark.
Yes.
Yeah, and that really, Sarah was even talking about that when she was in her makeup, and her birthmark was where her birthmark was showing, and she was just like, they told me that I just need to accentuate the other parts. And I'm like, exactly, like if she was to wear the eyeliner and the mascara and do some lip color and like shimmer up her cheeks or whatever, like it would balance out the birthmark and like and the features that she has. And so I for some reason it like clicked in my head, like, yes, that's what they mean by just do a little something. Just make your eyes pop a little bit, make your lips pop a little bit, birthmark or not, just do a little something. Like, your features should be shown and like sent in the best light or put on in the best makeup or whatever, you know. And for some reason it really clicked for me in my head in that regard, more than ever before in the past or with any of the other episodes. It's like, exactly, yeah, like make them balance, like balance out your face regardless of what's going on with it, balance it out.
Yeah. I think that the husband, he did a confessional, right? And he said the same thing too. He was like, I'm happy that she didn't cover up the birthmark, and I'm happy that she showed it, because like you said, Jocelyn, he wants to see her in who she really is and what she really looks like and how she's owning it. So I loved it so much. And I love how Alexis throughout the whole process gave her that option. So she's like, I'm happy with it either way. I'll help you. If you want to, you know, cover it up, I'll make you look your best. Or if you want to show it off, I'll highlight it. And like you said, Diamond, as well, I'll shimmer it up and I'll make it look good, and I'll just show the best parts of you. So I loved it so much.
Yeah, Alexis is such a sweetheart.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, what did you say, Diamond?
Well, and it's just who he fell in love with. Like,
yeah,
you know, why would you cover up when you're about to marry or, you know, revow with the person you're with? Why would you want to kind of change the way you look? But I thought it was really, it helped me like see the scope of like how much the queens have to like really consider their roles in this show. Because when Alexis was doing her makeup, she like thought to do research on people with birthmarks on their face before she put on the makeup. Like that would have not come in mind to me at all if doing somebody else's makeup. You know, like I would think it's just normal to like, but it just shows the scope or the depth of each of their roles and how they have to really like bring their A game. Because if she didn't, and then she did something that affected her birthmark in some way, or gave her a skin rash or whatever, that would have been awful. So yeah, I just thought that was like great.
Yeah, that's why one of the reasons I wanted to talk about it, because I've actually mentioned this before on this panel when we've done another wedding episode. I actually like don't know what I want for my future wedding when and if that ever happens. Like, I don't have like a dream wedding in mind.
Yeah.
And so, but I also don't have a giant birthmark on my face. So like I actually wasn't sure what she was going to choose to do. I was like, I totally get like supporting her, being like, yo, like go, just let it shine, like be you. But then it's also a wedding day is a big deal for a lot of people. So I totally would have understood if she wanted to cover it up. So I was actually very, very curious as to how that was going to end. And but it's kind of like what you said earlier, Diamond. I think that her doing it with her scar and just like accentuating everything else, it really is a testament to her confidence and just who she already is. Like, she does have this cross to bear with her birthmark, but she's a very happy, healthy gal, and her second wedding was beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah.
But let's move over to Diamond. Let's do your special segment. I would like to dive into that one.
All right, let's do it. All right, let me pull it up, or I don't know if it's being pulled up, but okay, so in the spirit of mermaids, I found this mermaid quiz on Beano website, beano.com. And so I thought that we could just, I don't know the answers. So we're going to together, I'm going to read the question, and then together we're going to answer the question. So there's like 4 multiple choices that we can choose from. And there's 10 questions. Okay. Are we ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Question number 1. Which coffee company uses a mermaid as part of their logo? Cafe Nero, Pret a Manger, don't know what that is, Starbucks, or Old Mermaid's Coffee and Cake Shop?
Starbucks.
Yeah, Starbucks. Right?
Starbucks. All right.
And Pret a Manger is amazing. That's a New
What is
York
it?
thing. Pret
Oh,
Pret a Manger. But no, they have it out here. I think it's like a city thing because I see them in downtown.
Good to know. I'll have to
Really
check
good.
it out
Great sandwiches.
whenever this pandemic ends. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, question number 2. Who wrote the classic children's story, The Little Mermaid? Jacqueline Wilson, Hans Christian Andersen, Charles Dickens, or David Williams?
Was
I
it
think it's
Hans
Christian Andersen. Yeah.
That's what I think.
Hans Christian Andersen? Okay. I would have thought Charles Dickens for no reason, because that's the only name I recognized. Okay.
We were right.
and now- I don't know. It'll tell us at the end.
Okay.
Haven't done it. Okay. Also, there's a photo. I don't know if we can see
I can't see.
that.
I don't know. My screen is
Okay,
different.
well, do I just share my screen with you guys? Let's see. Share screen. Let's check it out. Boom. Share. Now can you see?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Cute.
No, what's happening? All right. Scroll. Okay. Where is the famous Little Mermaid statue? South Shields, Hastings. Don't even know how to pronounce that one.
Right.
Reykjavik.
Oh my God.
Copenhagen.
Copenhagen.
I'll say Copenhagen just because I have no idea.
That's what I.
Okay. It looks European. Like, do the buildings back there look European-y?
Maybe. Yeah.
Okay. Copenhagen. All right. I guess we can just show the
Hey, girl.
website. What
Ariel.
is the main character? Okay, so Ariel.
With an E.
Ariel.
Oh yeah, the second one.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. If a mermaid is female, what is a male called? Merbloke, Merjiggerzer, Merchap, Merman.
Merman.
I think it's Merman.
I hope
Or we're
so.
gonna get schooled.
The first part of the word mermaid comes from the Old English word mer, meaning what? Fish, sea, fin, swim.
Sea.
Oh.
Yeah, I was thinking sea too.
Yeah, maybe C. Yeah.
In Italian, mare is ocean.
Oh.
Oh, excuse me. Are you Italian?
No, but people think I am.
I can see it. I can see it. All right. Okay. The first stories about mermaids are said to be inspired by which creatures? Dolphins, sharks, whales, manatees. I'm going to say manatees.
I think it's manatee.
Oh, okay.
I know a
They're
really
scary
creepy.
looking.
I know a
they're
really creepy
cute.
fact about that.
They're very endearing.
Okay. Who is regarded as the original mermaid? Aphrodite, Atard, do you know how to pronounce that?
I think
Atargatis?
it's
Atargatis? Okay. Atargatis. Hypnos or Nike?
I think it's Atargatis because I know for sure it's not Aphrodite or Nike.
What about hypnosis?
I agree with Bryant.
Yeah, I'll agree with Brian too.
Hopefully I'm right.
Okay, but don't they hypnotize people?
Oh, true.
I think those are
Hypnosis.
sirens. Sirens
Mermaids are
hypnotize.
sirens.
Oh. Okay.
We'll go with Atargatis.
I can be either of you can convince me.
Okay, which gemstone is said to be made from the tears of mermaids?
Aquamarine.
Aquamarine. Okay, should we just say
Because
that?
of the show. Because of the show.
Yeah.
Sapphires.
Okay. Sapphire
Aragonite,
pearl.
pearl.
Condensation.
Argonite.
Have you guys seen that TikTok?
Which one?
The condensation.
No, I haven't. What is this? This is the final question. Which of the following is a superpower not related to mermaids? Immortality, telepathy, hypnosis, teleportation.
Teleportation.
It has to be that one.
But I also think I read somewhere a long time ago about that they are mortal. I don't know. Teleportation. Okay. Let's see. Now do I go with, let me open my screen here. All right. I guess I could stop sharing my screen. But let me open it more. See here. How do we do this? Oh, what? Mermaids. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to figure out. Good thing this isn't live. Okay, so I guess
maybe.
how do we find the question? How do we find the answers?
Maybe we don't find out. I don't know.
Let's just our guesses. Hopefully we'll figure out the answer.
Okay.
There's no like enter button.
That's weird.
Starbucks. Why is that?
Oh, maybe because it was not clicking. Try clicking Hans Christian Andersen and then maybe because it wasn't clicking.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, there.
I didn't realize it didn't.
Yes, we win! Come on, Little Mermaid.
Oh, I was not expecting us to get all of them right.
Yes.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Come on,
right.
Ariel.
Share.
That was so fun.
Yes, always. I love her special segments.
So cute.
Yeah, thank you, Tyron. That was a hoot.
All right.
And we all learned a little something. And in spirit of the season finale of Dragnificent, Jocelyn, you have a little something to share with us.
Yeah, just a little something. So for news and gossip, we have our girl Bibi Zahara Benet tweeting out to TLC. So Dragnificent season 2? ? What's good?
Oh.
So we second that notion and
yes.
would love to know if TLC is going to give this show. I mean, look, we need more drag shows on television. They are opening people's minds, bringing families together. So I don't see why not.
Mm-hmm.
Dragnificent, we're here. Drag Race, all of them need to be on television. So
yeah,
Dragnificent should get a second season. And what do you guys think?
We're here. We ain't going nowhere.
I'm trying to think what other events. Like, remember we were kind of talking about that before. Like, what other events or
would they be able
whatever
to go to?
Or... Yeah, like what else? So I wonder if they're struggling with that at all.
Because like with Queer Eye, I think they can kind of do anything, right? Like they just jump in and just help the person's like life in general.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what they were struggling with. Because I think with, like you said, with Dragnificent, they're kind of tied to like having to help with a certain event or like get them ready for an event. So maybe if they do get a second season, that's what they can do. Kind of like open it up to just like helping them in any aspect of their life, of just like giving them a makeover and just helping to reignite that beauty that they have inside them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, one thing that maybe they just haven't announced yet, because I do the panel for We're Here as well. We're Here as well. And they were supposed to do 6 episodes as well, but their 6th episode they didn't end up filming because of COVID. So I think maybe they're just like keeping it under wraps for now.
True, that is true.
The world is a little
exactly.
The way
you can't even film right now. So yeah, I'm really wondering what this next fall season of TV is going to look like.
Yeah, I don't think anything, honestly. Take a little longer. Yeah, most networks are announcing 21 for stuff, so I'm like, oh.
Well, we love the show.
Yes, we want a season 2. We love talking about it. But you guys, I'm sorry we don't have another one to do next week, but before we log out of here, let's tell everybody where they can find y'all and us. Jocelyn.
You can follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at Jocelyn Diva, JEROSLYN, and on Twitter, just add a 08, Jocelyn Diva 08.
Excellent. And it's Diamond. Where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Not Your Type. That's NOT_YUR_TYPE. And then I also do a show with Cody on Wednesday nights tomorrow. Tomorrow night, Miss America. And then I also do another show on Monday for the Run After show, HBO's show Run. So, yeah.
Nice. And Bryant?
Yes, you can find me on all social platforms at @TheBryantSantos. And if you like this show, you're definitely going to like our show Gay Twitter here on AfterBuzz TV. We talk about all the things happening in the gay Twitter world. Check that out Thursdays at 5 p.m.
Yes, Gay Twitter.
I definitely need to go check that out. And then, right? I'm like, I talk to you like 3 times a week and I haven't gone there yet. So you can find me on Twitter at Cody_F and on Instagram as Cody Epp, CODYYEPP. Thank you all for watching and listening to us this season. What was that?
Instagram.
Is it show backwards or
no? It's perfect. But
it's good.
It's the way you're like, you just like creeped it up there. I love it. So cute.
Thank you guys for listening and watching. We will hopefully be back next year or next time for season 2.
Eventually.
We'll all be up to date at some point on that. Thank you all so much, and thank you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.